The ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. If only 7% of the 2 billion Christians in the world would care for a single orphan in distress, there would effectively be no more orphans. If everybody would be willing to simply do something to care for one of these precious treasures, I think we would be amazed by just how much we could change the world. I'd like to change the world. Eradicate poverty, racism, and sexism, all the usual things. How do you change the world? Bring people together. Where is the easiest big place to bring people together? In the work environment. Things don't have to change the world to be important. You really can change the world if you care enough. I believe it's time that women truly owned their superpowers and used their beauty and strength to change the world around them. It seems to me that any sensible person must see that violence does not change the world, and if it does, then only temporarily. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. In order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. No one person can change the world, but one and one add up. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for, indeed, that's all who ever have. It's a philosophy of life, a practice. If you do this, something will change. What will change is that you will change, your life will change, and if you can change you can perhaps change the world. All I want to do is change the world. Children can change the world. Cinema is a mirror that can change the world. When I was 18, I lived in Greenwich Village, New York, for 9 months. At that time, I wanted to change the world, not through architecture, but through painting. I lived the artist's life, mingling with poets and writers, and working as a waiter. I was intrigued by the aliveness of the city. In 1967 I entered Harvard as a freshman, confident, in the way that only 17-year-olds are, that I could change the world. My major was African Studies, and my plan was to travel to Tanzania, where President Julius Nyerere was creating a government based on democracy and socialism. Art is not supposed to change the world, to change practical things, but to change perceptions. Art can change the way we see the world. Art can create an analogy. Anything that could give rise to smarter-than-human intelligence, in the form of artificial intelligence, brain-computer interfaces, or neuroscience-based human intelligence enhancement, wins hands down beyond contest as doing the most to change the world. Nothing else is even in the same league. Every moment is an organizing opportunity, every person a potential activist, every minute a chance to change the world. You can't change the world alone, you will need some help, and to truly get from your starting point to your destination takes friends, colleagues, the goodwill of strangers and a strong coxswain to guide them. You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. Help young people. Help small guys. Because small guys will be big. Young people will have the seeds you bury in their minds, and when they grow up, they will change the world. I still believe that if your aim is to change the world, journalism is a more immediate short-term weapon. Life is tough, and you have to be tougher than life to change the world. When two people talk with mutual respect and listen with a real interest in understanding another point of view, when they try to put themselves in the place of another, to get inside their skin, they change the world, even if it is only by a minute amount, because they are establishing equality between two human beings. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. You change the world by being yourself. Music can change the world because it can change people. The way to change the world is through individual responsibility and taking local action in your own community. I'm not here to change the world, but I do think while you're here you should have a bit of passion about life. No great movement designed to change the world can bear to be laughed at or belittled. Mockery is a rust that corrodes all it touches. I realized if you can change a classroom, you can change a community, and if you change enough communities you can change the world. Leadership experts and the public alike extol the virtues of transformational leaders, those who set out bold objectives and take risks to change the world. We tend to downplay transactional leaders, whose goals are more modest, as mere managers. Choose your corner, pick away at it carefully, intensely, and to the best of your ability, and that way you might change the world. My friends, love is better than anger. Hope is better than fear. Optimism is better than despair. So let us be loving, hopeful and optimistic, and we'll change the world. Don't underestimate the power of your vision to change the world. Whether that world is your office, your community, an industry, or a global movement, you need to have a core belief that what you contribute can fundamentally change the paradigm or way of thinking about problems. Even in our moment of greatest darkness, there is light, and there is hope. And there is hope not only for our own lives, but we should be hopeful about our ability to change the world. Kids deserve the right to think that they can change the world. I'm not going to change the world. You're not going to change the world. But we can help, we can all help. Being able to change the world and change hearts and minds, it's uplifting. Let us remember, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Take, therefore, what modern technology is capable of, the power of our moral sense allied to the power of communications and our ability to organize internationally. That, in my view, gives us the first opportunity as a community to fundamentally change the world. Every single person has the power to change the world and help people. We can change the world if we change ourselves. We just need to get hold of the old patterns of thinking and dealing with things and start listening to our inner voices and trusting our own superpowers. As engineers, we were going to be in a position to change the world, not just study it. Actors are agents of change. A film, a piece of theater, a piece of music, or a book can make a difference. It can change the world. Sometimes a good love song can change the world and create positive energy more than any political song can. If you embrace that the things that you can do are limitless, you can put your ding in the universe. You can change the world. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.